You love saying vows, but you don't love living them. This is Relationship Wednesday, and welcome to the Bad Influence Podcast with yours truly, Jordan Banderas, where marriage isn't a photo shoot, it's a promise with weight. Listen, in sickness and in health is not a cute line. It's a contract with life, and life will test it. That's the truth. You don't get married for the easy seasons. You get married for the hard ones. And that's the problem. You meant the words when it was fun. You meant the words when you felt love. You meant the words when your body was fine. Then sickness shows up and your love turns into resentment. Be honest with yourself right now. You didn't vow unless it gets inconvenient. You didn't vow unless it costs you sleep. You didn't vow unless it changes your plans. You vowed every word. So don't marry someone if you only want the highlight reel. Don't marry someone if you want a perfect life more than a loyal life. Because sickness will expose who you really are. It will expose your impatience. It will expose your selfishness. It will expose your character right there. If you only love them when they're strong, you don't love them. You love what they give you. And that's not marriage. If you're chest high and listening to this, good. That's you realizing you've been treating vows like words, not weight. Today, you decide what kind of spouse you really are. And you stop pretending commitment is only for the good days. Here's how it feels. Sickness shows up and your body reacts before your mouth does. Your chest tightens because you feel trapped. Your jaw clenches because you feel powerless. Your stomach turns because your life just changed. And you start doing the loop. You get quiet, you get sharp, you get distant. You call it stress, but it's resentment. And don't lie to yourself, that's what it is. You tell yourself you didn't sign up for this. That sounds real, but it's a lie. You did sign up for this. You said the words, you just didn't picture them. You wanted the ring. You wanted the security, you wanted the title, but you didn't train for the weight. So now you start keeping score. Who sleeps less? Who does more? Who gets a break? That scoreboard kills love. You start treating care like a chore. You start treating their pain like an inconvenience. You start sighing when they need help. They hear that sigh like a punch. Their body already feels weak. Now, their hearts feel unsafe. And that's the problem. You want them to get better fast. You want life back to normal. You want comfort back. You want your plans back. So you push. You nag, you rush. You say, try harder when their body is already fighting. You say, you're always sick, like they chose it. Your voice gets cold because you don't know how to hold fear. And fear is what's driving you. Fear of change, fear of responsibility, fear of the future. But you don't say that. No, you don't. You say, you're draining me. You say you're too much. Then you wonder why they stop opening up. They go quiet because your reactions hurt. They hide symptoms so you don't get mad. They push past limits to keep your peace. That makes the sickness worse. Then you get angrier. Now, both of you are losing. You feel alone while living together. They feel like a burden in their own home. Your body stays tense all day because you're fighting reality instead of facing it. You don't fall apart in sickness because you're evil. You fall apart because it hits an old fear. You learn early on that needs are a problem. You learn early on that sick people are too much. You learn early on that love has limits. So you build a role. Be strong. Be useful. Don't need anything. Don't slow anyone down. That role kept you safe. Now it makes you cruel without meaning to. Because when your partner needs you, it triggers your panic. That's why you react now. Your chest tightens because you feel responsible. Your jaw locks because you can't fix it fast. Your stomach drops because you feel out of control. And when you feel out of control, you grab for power. You get strict. You get cold. You get impatient. You call it being realistic. But it's you trying to protect yourself from fear. You also learn another lie. That love is earned by performance. So when they can't perform, you get scared. You think, what happens to your life now? You start mourning the fantasy. And you take that grief out on them. Not with fists. With tone. With distance. With silence. With little comments that cut. That's your survival brain talking. It wants the old normal back. But sickness doesn't care about your comfort. Sickness forces truth. It shows if you love the person or the lifestyle. Listen, this is where you stop hiding behind stress. This is where you face your own character. Awareness gives you a choice. You can notice the tight chest and not lash out. You can feel the jaw clench and not punish. You can feel helpless and still show up steady. That's the move. You don't have to like the situation. You have to honor the vow. And that starts when you stop making their sickness about your inconvenience. Here's what happens. The diagnosis comes and the room goes quiet. You nod like you understand. Inside, your chest is tight. Your mind is racing. Your partner looks scared and you look strong. On the drive home, your jaw is clenched the whole way. You keep gripping the steering wheel like control will fix it. They ask, are you okay? You say, yeah, but your voice is flat. That night, they can't sleep from pain. You hear them shift in bed. You pretend to be asleep. Your stomach feels sick with guilt. The next morning, you act normal. You talk about errands like nothing happened. They move slow, and you feel annoyed. You hate that you feel annoyed. You say, we have to go, with a sharp tone. Their face falls. Your chest tightens because you see it. You don't fix it. You keep moving. A week later, the meds start. Side effects hit hard. They look tired all the time. They cancel plans again. You feel heat in your face. You say, we never do anything anymore. The words land heavy. They go quiet. You feel a knot in your stomach. You tell yourself you're just being honest. You know it was cruel. That night, they cry in the bathroom. You hear it through the door. Your chest feels like it's caving. You stand there frozen. Your body wants to run. Your pride wants to stay silent. Your fear wants to blame. Then you hear a thought. You promise. You knock. Your throat is tight when you speak. You say, open the door. They open it with red eyes. You see how small they look, and your anger turns into shame fast. You want to say a big speech. You don't. You say, You were wrong. Your voice shakes. You say you're scared. You say you made it about you. They stare at you like they don't trust it yet. You don't ask for comfort. You just hold their hand. Your hand is sweaty. Your heart is pounding. You stay anyway. The next day, they have a bad flare. They can't get out of bed. You feel that old panic rise. Tight chest, clenched jaw, the urge to rush them. You stop. You breathe low. You sit on the edge of the bed. You say, "What do you need right now?" They whisper, "Just don't be mad." That line hits you hard because you've been mad. You say, "You're safe." Your voice is calm even when your body isn't. You cancel the plans without acting annoyed. You make food without sighing. You clean up without making it a show. You realize love is not what you feel. Love is what you do when it costs you. Here's the reframe. Vows are not poetry. Vows are training for real life. In sickness and in health means you show up in both, not halfway, not when it's messy. So here's the fork in the road. Treat sickness like a burden and you break the marriage. You get bitter. You get cold. You start living like roommates with a bill list. Your chest stays tight because home feels tense. Their chest stays tight because they feel like a problem. You start resenting the person you promised to protect. And the love dies slow. Or mean every word. And you build a bond that can't be fake. You stop making it about your comfort. You stop acting like care is optional. You learn how to be steady. Listen, being a spouse in sickness is not about being perfect. It's about being present. So, here's what you do. Step 1, admit your fear. Fear makes you sharp. Fear makes you cold. Step 2, when your chest tightens, breathe low. Step 3, when your jaw clenches, slow your tone. Step 4, stop rushing them to make you feel better. Step 5, ask one clean question. What do you need right now? Step 6, do the care without the drama. No sighs, no eye rolls, no scoreboard. Step 7, get support so you don't dump your stress on them. You can be tired. You can be overwhelmed. You can't be cruel. Now, the new identity is installed. You are not a spouse only in comfort. You are a spouse in crisis. You are not here to be entertained. You are here to be loyal. You are not here to be served. You are here to serve the bond. This is Relationship Wednesday. A real marriage is two people who don't abandon each other when life gets ugly. So check yourself. If you've been sharp, own it. If you've been distant, own it. If you've been keeping score, stop it. Now make it real this week. Pick one thing you will change in how you show up. One tone shift. One act of care. One moment of patience. Then do it without asking for credit. And if you want accountability, say it out loud. Drop what you're fixing in the comments. Share this with a person who treats vows like vibes. Because vibes don't hold a marriage together. Character does. And please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button because this show is here to build spouses with a spine. Keep showing up and you stop being selfish. Keep showing up and you learn real love. Real love that doesn't fold under pressure. Real love that doesn't disappear when sickness hits. Real love that makes a sick partner feel safe, not guilty. That's the standard. So mean every word you said. Mean it in the hospital. Mean it at 2 a.m. Mean it when plans get canceled. Mean it when the bills stack up. Mean it when your body is tired too. Mean it when nobody's watching. Because that's what vows are for. And if you can't mean it, be honest. Don't trap someone with promises you won't keep. But if you did vow it, live it. Be steady. Be kind. Be loyal. Be the safe place. Because sickness already hurts enough. Your partner should not have to fear your attitude too. So drop the resentment. Drop the ego. Drop the scoreboard. Pick up the vow. Pick up the love. Pick up the weight with pride. And when the hard days come, and they will, don't disappear. Don't get cold. Don't make them feel alone. Show up. Hold their hand. Speak soft. Stay steady. And if you need rest, get it without punishing them. That's marriage. That's real commitment. That's what in sickness and in health actually means. So choose what kind of spouse you'll be. Choose what kind of partner they can trust. Choose what kind of home you're building. Because one day you'll need the vow too. And you'll want it to be real. So make it real now. Mean every word. And remember, the choice is yours.